Hi, I hope that you're enjoying your Sunday. I wanted to share something with you. Um, I think it's a good idea that when we observe people who may make bad decisions, or if we see someone, whether in media or someone even among our circle, who is doing something that is outright wrong, or even that we perceive as wrong, that we consider a few things. Um, I think that this is important because I think that it actually helps to protect our own minds and our own souls. And I'll explain what I mean by this. Everyone on this earth has things that they deal with or have dealt with. Everyone has dealt with insecurities and struggles. And what I try to do in my own life is, and I'm not perfect, but I do my best. I really do try to be conscientious about this. If there's anything that I hear about, whether it's in the news or if it's relating to someone that I know or someone that I know of, I try not to just write off the person or judge them. Even if it's outlandish, even if what I'm hearing is something that's totally outlandish and just crazy, I'm not naive. Okay, so yeah, don't get it twisted or anything. I'm not naive, so I'm not saying that you're going to make excuses for the person or trivialize what they did or what they said. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I mean is that no matter what it is that the person has been said to have done or has been accused of or has admitted to, or maybe it's something that they've said or that they say they believe, no matter what it is, I try to remember that that person is not only human like me, but the core of that person outside of God's salvation is desperately wicked. And guess what? The core of the Bible says the heart of man. Well, guess what? I'm a human. So even my heart outside of God's salvation is desperately wicked. So when I think of that, what it reminds me of is this. If I were given, if from day one, okay, even before day one, when I mean day one, I mean at birth, but even prior to that, because we know, at least I believe that even prior to my birth, there were certain things that were set into motion, okay, because I do believe that there are generational blessings and there are generational curses. So prior to me even being here, there were certain things already in play. With that said, upon my arrival and my experience, becoming and experiencing life on earth, there were things that were presented to me, and things are presented to everyone throughout their growth, good and bad. So given the right factors, when I say right, meaning they may be well and wrong, but given the factors that this person had to deal with, had to face, given the environment that they may have been raised in, given things that they may have been told that may have, birthed certain insecurities in their mindset, given so many different factors, okay, that help to mold a person's mindset. We really should not judge people. It doesn't mean that what they're doing is right, but there is a way to approach that person without condemning them or looking down on them. The reason why it's so important not to condemn or look down on them is because, one, when we realize that in reality it really could have been us, I don't care what it is, given the right circumstances, we could have very well been doing, saying, or feeling the way other people do, say, or feel. And that's just the reality, because we are all born with desperately wicked hearts. Okay, it's just that going through life, we experience different things, and we may have different propensities, which then cause us to go in different paths, okay? So it's important to know that. But two, the Bible says that a proud look, or someone who's haughty and proud, they're about to fall in their own ditch. It says a haughty look comes before the fall. And so when we are careful not to look down on, not to judge, not to condemn, not to be so quick to pull the trigger and say guilty or how dare you or who raised you or you should have known better than that. Before we do that, let's remember that that can be a haughty look. That can be a haughty spirit. If it's not coming from a place of love, it's going to show in the way that you talk about that person. And if it's not coming from a place of love, it's more than likely coming from a place of foolish pride, which means that in a few steps down the way, you're about to fall in a ditch too. Or I would be about to fall in a ditch too. So we have to be so careful. This is why humility is so important. I am not perfect. All that I'm saying is that I do try to make sure that I'm cognizant of what I'm thinking about or how I'm perceiving others when I hear and see things that are going on, whether among people in my circle, people from my community, or people in, at large in, on the news. We have to really make sure that we are guarding our thoughts and our words and our heart, and we're making sure that, if there's anything that we would notice to be not from a place of humility and a place that realizes that, that could have been me. Who knows what they've been going through? Who knows what they've gone through? Pray for that person instead of being quick to condemn that person, of being quick to disown that person, of being quick to brand them as whatever you may want to, or others may call them. Let's not be so quick to jump on a bandwagon and participate in groupthink, and feel as though, okay, well, because everyone else is saying this and I usually agree with them, maybe there's truth to it. No, let's look at it for not only from our own perspective, but from the stance of the Bible. If you are a believer, that's what we should really be using to determine how we see someone and how we regard them, meaning how we perceive what they're doing. Not meaning that you will regard them less if they do something wrong. That's not what I mean. What I mean is just be careful not to devalue someone in your eyes because of something that they did or said, because none of us are perfect. And if they do need guidance, then we need to pray for them. That's the route that I think we should adopt. Okay? That was what I wanted to share with you. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your Sunday and that you have a beautiful week. And let's just be careful that we are always walking in love and not so quick to judge other people. And remembering that if we truly love God and love ourselves, then we will want to adopt that and we'll work on that. Love and God's blessings to all of you. Take care.